been a great week for Ouachita sports. 2 Tigers were named GAC Football Players of the Week. The men's soccer team picked up 2 wins this weekend, and we've got head wrestling coach Kevin Ward in the studio today. I'm Ben Klein, and alongside me is Jackson Carter, and this is The Rundown.
Chris Rykar and Stephen Keener were named GAC Players of the Week this week, with Rykar receiving the Offensive Player of the Week award and Keener receiving the Special Teams Player of the Week award after the Tigers drubbed Northwestern. Chris ran for 162 yards on 26 carries and scored 3 touchdowns, and Keener returned 2 kickoffs for 110 total yards, not to mention the 89-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to open the game.
Antoine Patterson received a notable mention for Defensive Player of the Week for his 7-tackle and 2-sack performance against the Rangers. The Tigers are at home this week as they take on the Harding Bison with a kickoff at 1 o'clock p.m.
The men's soccer team had a successful weekend as they recorded 2 victories on the road. The Tigers won 1-0 against Southern Nazarene and 3-2 against Dallas Baptist. Jared Carlin, a senior, was able to contribute this weekend, scoring a goal against DBU.
All right, Tiger fans, let's move to wrestling. We've got head wrestling coach Kevin Ward in the studio today. We're going to ask him a few questions, just a general overview of the Tiger wrestling program this year. Now, Coach, we've got some fresh faces in the room this year with the new assistant coach, Chris Chinua, and a couple freshmen. Give us what do you think about the new faces?
Right, Ben. Well, I'm glad you asked about that. Obviously, I think the most exciting thing for me and for the guys on the team is that we have an assistant coach now. We're in our 4th season. It's the first time that we've had an assistant on staff. So Chris Chinuma comes to us. He wrestled last season and graduated from Oklahoma State, where he transferred to Oklahoma State from Lindenwood a few years before that. When Lindenwood was NAIA, he was a NAIA national champion at Lindenwood, transferred to Oklahoma State, was a Big 12 champion there, and was on their team that finished 2nd in the country last year in NCAA Division I. And now he moves over here as a graduate assistant and has made a huge impact on our program already. So that's really the thing I'm most excited about, the newest face, and he's really had a positive impact.
All right, Coach, you finished 12th last season at the end of the year. Who are the squads that you are really talking to your team about as you prepare to get ready for this next season?
You know, that's a good question, and you're right. We finished 12th at the NCAA tournament last year, and we really have some goals to improve and move into the top 10 and hopefully get to the point where we're competing for an NCAA trophy, and we're not too far from that. But we don't look at it as there's one team that we're trying to get to. We have a challenging schedule this year, and we've got to take that one match at a time. And if we focus on competing hard every competition and making improvements after every competition, then we can get to the point where we're talking about, okay, let's go after this team. But right now we have a lot of work cut out for us. There were 11 teams in the country that finished ahead of us last year. So there's 11 teams that we've got to leapfrog if we're serious about making it to the top. So we've got a lot of work cut out for us, but I think we have a squad that if we put in the work and we're serious about it, we can get to that point.
All right, Coach, let's talk about the squad. You know, we had quite a few standouts last year. You had 4 qualifiers for the national tournament, and Dallas Smith, Bobby Williams, Garrett Evans, and Dexter Carter. Obviously Dallas finishing 2nd, their runner-up. Who else are we looking for this year? Obviously our old favorites, but who maybe some new guys that we haven't heard about yet?
Okay, yeah, so we have Garrett Evans, Josh Myers, Dexter Carter, Bobby Williams, and Dallas Smith. We have 5 guys on the team who've been to the national tournament before. We have 3 guys who've placed in the top 8 at the national tournament. So obviously, having some experience on the team and guys that have placed high at the national tournament, we're expecting them to repeat those performances and improve on them and really be leaders for the team as they're doing that. We look at Dallas. You know, he's a guy we have right now is going to be preseason ranked 1st in the country. That's a first for OBU wrestling. So that's a big milestone in our program. It's going to be even better at the end of the year when he's ranked number 1, and that's his only goal. It's everything or nothing for him and several others on the team. But I think for the first time, have a group of guys who we have several who really believe they can win the national tournament this year. So I'm expecting them, from day to day to work like they expect to be a national champion at the end of the year. And if they do that, I feel confident where they're going to finish up.
All right. Coach, we're going to look forward to the team and these guys this season. That's all the time we have for today. Be sure to tweet at us for the ideas for upcoming shows at The Rundown OBU. And also be sure to give OBU Wrestling a follow on Twitter as well. For Jackson Carter, I'm Ben Klein. Keep it sporty, Ouachita.